Yo, what's poppin', people? Welcome back to Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey. My name is Kaz.
Yo, what's poppin', everybody? This is Lowkey from New Jersey, Howard University graduate. Yeah, host of Apple Music hit show, hip hop, R&B throwback.
Yes, sir.
Every Monday through Friday.
Whose voice is that?
I was trying a new approach. That's all.
Not your voice.
But can I try a new approach? Can I try? So you want me to do it the regular ignorant?
Like, use your voice.
Yo, this is Lowkey from New Jersey.
Are you trying to sound like
Howard
Keith Sweat?
University graduate, host of Apple Music hit show, hip hop on R&B on throat. See, now you fucked up.
Nah, you fucked it up. I'm gonna tell you, podcast listeners, they are accustomed to consistency.
All right, you're right.
If you come out here trying to sound like Keith Sweat doing the intro, they'll be like, what the fuck happened to Lowkey?
Nobody.
Asshole.
Y'all know who I am. What's up, man? How
we got
doing?
my man Jake behind the boards. What up, Jake? Living good, living good. We got Eddin over here, man in the cameras as always. It's good, Eddin.
Yeah, production.
He ain't got no mic, but you just
production maestro anyway. Over there.
Yeah, everybody loves Eddin. Everybody knows Eddin. Anybody who messes with Say Less and was happy as hell to see my guy Eddin back here, man in the boards, getting us on social
those
content,
clips that you see,
doing everything in his power,
those hot takes that you see. My man Eddin is the chef in the kitchen, making sure we good, we look good, we sound good.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to our guy, man.
Yes, sir. And as always, make sure you're subscribed to youtube.com/Kazim. Make sure you're subscribing to that if you want to watch the full episode in its entirety.
Yeah.
But if not, if you're on the road, if you're going somewhere, if you're working out, if you're just cleaning the house or something, subscribe to the podcast, whether that's on Apple, Google, Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, rate 5 stars. And do the whole shebang. Shout out to Rory who came back, came through last week, man.
My guy Rory, man.
That's fam, as always.
Driving dirty.
Yeah, right. Rory riding dirty.
With that white privilege.
And shout out to all the new Joe Budden podcast fans.
Listen, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. Like,
welcome.
The picture that I posted got, over 1,500 likes. And I'm like, oh, it's because of the white privilege.
Yeah, it's the white guy. It's the white guy. Shout out to Rory. One of my favorite white people. Definitely, and if this is your first time watching the podcast, welcome. I know we've seen a lot of new people coming in, and we always want to make sure that everybody's, feel welcomed to this thing. If this is your first, experience. Yeah. Would Say Less, you know what I mean?
And we hope to retain your attention throughout, our coming episodes.
Even if we don't.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. That's it.
It's cool.
We got clips on YouTube, so you can check it out for 10
word.
Come check us out.
Use those YouTube clips as like the teriyaki chicken they give away at the mall. Yeah. When you're like going by the Saku, shout out Saku Japan.
Or like the perfume and the cologne when you walk in Macy's.
Nobody likes that though. Nobody likes that perfume lady. Like, when you want to try something, you like that lady?
Was I the only one?
No. Yeah, I guess so.
No, like when they did the cologne, like during the holiday season, I didn't know what to buy.
They're aggressive sprayers. You never had an aggressive sprayer?
Not all of them. Like when I was shopping for my mother back when I was in high school and I had like $80 to my name, and I'm like, let me find a perfume for my mom.
Right.
They did it, very subtly. They're like, who are you shopping for? I'm like, shopping for my mom and my sister. They're like, well, try this out. And they put it on my wrist. And I'm
Which mall did you go to? Woodbridge Mall?
No, I went to, it was either Menlo Park or Quaker Bridge.
Okay.
Quaker Bridge is in Trenton.
That's a big difference between Menlo Park. I've been to Menlo Park Mall.
Yeah.
Big difference between Menlo Park Mall and Staten Island Mall. Staten Island Mall is very aggressive.
Oh, Jesus.
Very aggressive Staten Island.
They were.
Hey, you want to try the new white diamonds?
No.
You want to try Angel?
The perfume ladies in Menlo Park and Quaker Bridge were very subtle. They were very subtle housewives that were very easygoing. So I was always appeased and very welcome when they were like, would you like to try this, sir? And I'm like, hey, it smells good. And I end up spending some $80 some odd, and my mother was like, don't ever buy this shit again.
Mom's always looking out for your pockets.
Yeah, she was like, don't ever buy this shit again.
When she knows you're broke.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yes, like we said, man, treat those new YouTube clips kind of like a sampler, appetizer. If you like it, stick around. Drop a subscribe. Kick it with us, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and if you don't, we appreciate you for stopping by.
Appreciate you stopping by, but at the end of the day, fuck you. So, tis the season.
So I get a text. I get a text from Kaz last night. Shut up, bro. I get a text from Kaz last night.
Merry Techmas. Merry Techmas.
I get a text from Kaz last night, and he says, "Yo, wear a tech fleece tomorrow.
'Tis the season."
I perked up so fast, like, which one am I gonna bring out? And it's like, if you're in New York, if you're watching this from New York, if you're listening from New York, you know that the temperature dropped crazy this past week. So I'm ready to bring out. This is one of my favorite tech fleece suits. Had to wear the 5s with it. Had to wear the Rock Nation brunch hat with it. Shout out to Six Fever.
Shout out Six. Shout out Six, man.
Yeah, shout out
for being a good sport.
Yeah,
bro.
shout out to Six for being a good sport.
Yeah.
But no, like, bro, like, if you're on the timeline, if you're on the East Coast, you see that the weather is changing.
Yes.
And the outfits are changing. And all we ask is, what do we ask, guys?
Bum, 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 bum. Merry Techmas. Merry Techmas. No? This is the best time of the year.
I understand that.
This is the best time of the year. You got to bust out the tech fleece. You don't got to think about what you're going to wear.
Right.
You know what I mean? If it's too hot, if it's too cold.
Right.
If you're going to work out, if you're going to work.
Right.
If you're going to.
If you're going on a date.
Whatever. Tech fleece.
Listen.
Tech fleece.
Ladies, this is a PSA. This is a PSA.
Yes.
These suits
off limits
and these hoodies
off limits
do not belong to you. These have been taken care of. These have been tailored. These have been put in the cleaners. These have been taken care of so crazy, like our firstborn. Bruh. These do not belong to you.
Bruh.
If Sydney knows and you're watching this, you can wear this.
Yeah.
It has to come back.
It has to come back.
It has to come back.
Listen, I don't know. All right. So obviously, you know what I mean? It's the fall, it's the autumn. And you know, right now is around the time where the weather gets a little cooler. And
transition.
Chillier. I don't know if I'm even of age to even still say this phrase, but it's what many young folks may deem as cuffing season. Is happening.
We know. I mean, we know what this is. We know what this is. We know this time of year is.
I mean, obviously, you know what I mean, with the pandemic, there's no real such thing as seasons or days a week or anything like that.
Just days and weeks.
But, I mean, you know, the weather has dropped and there has been, how do we say, a hunt for hoodies. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in a relationship.
It happens.
And that's fine. Like that's kind of it comes with the territory. Okay. Right. Like when you're in a relationship, you have to know that your hoodies aren't your hoodies, right? And we all understand that.
Unfortunately, yes.
Men, women, the people around you, you understand that the hoodies that are out there for you aren't necessarily yours. Those are your girls.
Right.
But there's exceptions to the rule. And we wanted to make sure. We want everybody. There was a specific reason why I wanted us to wear tech fleeces today.
And you never really broke it down to me as to why. So I would like to hear your reasoning.
We need to understand that we're doing a public service to men and women everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have to understand how much the Nike Tech Fleece means to the black male community.
Yes.
You have to understand there isn't, you know what I mean? When it comes to men and women always kind of know what they want to wear. And even if they don't know, they have options.
And they go back to their outfits. They're very resourceful with their outfits. You know, I have a homegirl who always wears black.
Yes.
Right? Always has.
They have themes.
They have themes.
They have like flavors. Like, oh, that seems like your style.
Right. You should wear that. You look good in that.
Yes. But I don't know what year exactly it happened.
I don't either.
I don't know exactly what was the jumping off point, but at some point, Nike Tech Fleece became the unofficial uniform for niggas in the fall everywhere. Everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know if it was the scammers or the drug dealers tend to.
I mean, drug dealers were always
set trends.
They were always big. Drug dealers were always big on sweatsuits, period. So I think they probably ushered in the trend of sweatsuits, matching sweatsuits. So they probably were the ones that say, you know, the Nike Techs, you know, the NBA players also were some of those people too. But now we, the common folk, have taken a liking and a love to the comfort,
yes,
and to the ease of putting on a sweatsuit. And what we're seeing right now is women are now integrating themselves into that formation of how we feel.
And that's why we got to stop.
We got to
put us into this right now.
This is not about y'all.
Nah.
This is not what you guys have configured. This is not what you guys have built throughout your lives. No. Right? We don't talk about the weaves. We don't talk about the nails. We don't talk about the eyebrows. I don't think you want to compare
tech fleeces to weaves.
No. I will because
how?
I will because I've seen a lot of arguments on Twitter that say like when women get their weaves done or their eyebrows or their hair or their nails, it's like they walk around like, you know, they're a bad bitch and they go outside at night when they don't need to be outside. Right. You know, they're going to the grocery store for no fucking reason.
Right.
That's what we do. After I get my hair cut and I put on a tech fleece, I'm going outside.
Outside looking like a little slut.
I'm going outside to look like a slut. I'm not going to act like one. But yes, if a girl looks at me, look at him. Yes, look at me.
Not gonna hold you. My girl kind of gave me some static.
I was there.
I went out. Yeah, like I went out.
I was there. You had a sweatsuit on. She went out
dressed like I think I was coming here.
Yeah, he was getting. I was
coming here to tape. Yeah,
he was getting.
And she was like, "What you over here dressed like a slut for?" I was like, "Huh?"
Bro, I perked up. I'm like, "What does he have?"
Looking at my pants, like,
"Oh, this nigga got gray sweats on." Oh, okay, I see what she's saying. Oh, I see what she's talking about.
I see. But listen, here's the reason, right? So here's the thing: the way tech fleece became beloved from Negroes all across the globe is...
Why do you have to say it like that?
Huh? We aren't, but after this episode, they're probably going to want to. I mean, shout out to the swoosh. I don't know what it is about the comfort mixed with like, I think there's something about like the ankle tightness, right? Yeah. There's something about like the tailor of the sweat that gives you comfort, but the tightness on certain areas of the leg make you feel like you still put in effort to get dressed, right?
Oh, I'll tell you this. I put in no effort. All I said was,
I mean, like,
red sweatsuit? Cool. That's it. That's it.
I mean, here's the thing. You can't go out in, like, regular sweats that aren't
okay. I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people look at you like, oh, my God, you just roll out of bed?
Like, where are you coming from?
You all right? Like, what's going on? Like, if I came in with, like, some, like, Russell Athletic sweats that aren't necessarily favorite,
I'm like, yo, Kaz, you good?
I'm like, yo, you got the hospital? Like,
like, what's up?
Jail? Like, what's going on? But Nike Tech was like, all right, I see you comforts. We're going to take the comfort and make it feel like you actually give a fuck about what you look like.
Like you have slacks on.
Like you have slacks
Like
on.
you're going to a job interview.
Yes.
Or you're going to your first pussy appointment.
Yes.
Or
I wouldn't say job interview, but pussy appointment definitely.
Okay, pussy appointment's better. Pussy appointment's better. But it's like these sweats allow us to see the sneakers that we have on.
This is true.
These sweats allow us to see the type of frame or body that we have.
If you're a sock guy like myself,
the socks.
Get your sock look off.
But it just feels like you're a complete human being. I feel at one with myself.
Yes.
After I leave here to record, I'm going to my hookah bar so these motherfuckers see this fit.
Yes.
I'm not going to waste this fit on just recording this podcast.
I don't know if it was the scammers who did it.
I don't know.
I don't know if it was NBA players.
Scammers and athletes share they share the trophy of putting us on.
Definitely. It was definitely like the first couple of like NBA players that I saw.
Of course.
Like where I'm like, oh, okay, that's
fine.
Cool. And like you don't really necessarily catch on to it. Like the first time you watch, I was like, all right, those are sweats, but they look. You know what I mean?
You know who I'm gonna I'll say, and he's gonna be on a podcast in a couple of weeks. Cam did actually put me on.
All right, shout out Cam.
Because my sweats were
Cam's
always
Cam.
My sweats were always like you just said, like loose at the end.
Yes,
a little too baggy.
No go,
a little too baggy. And Cam would always say, he was like, "Yo, you got to get cuff sweats. Like you got to get cuff sweats." I'm like, bro, and I'm not into fashion, as y'all know.
Yes,
I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to get tailored. Like sweats are supposed to be baggy, comfortable. Like I can just free ball it. He's like, no, bro, like you got to get these tailored sweats. Like they're going to change your life. And when I actually did,
a
year and a half later, I was like, oh, that's what y'all was talking about. Like, I feel complete. I don't feel like I have to actually put together an outfit, but I can still be comfortable.
But you still look like you did. I
did my due diligence. Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and this is a great. Listen, scammer suits, aka Nike Tech Fleece, are a great just disguise. Great disguise. Because you don't know if I'm going to if I was single, a pussy appointment, or
good catch,
or you don't know if I'm doing that, or you don't know if I just rolled out of bed. That's the beauty.
You never know
of a tech fleece, of a scammer suit.
You never know.
And the fall right now, the early days of September and October is when the if I could put money in the stock market on Nike Tech Fleece, if Tech Fleece was a stock right now, that bitch would be booming. That bitch is booming every September.
I'm emptying every penny I have into the Tech Fleece stock account. Like, I'm just giving all my monies up. I'm borrowing money to invest in. These things make us feel complete. So, ladies, when we say these are off limits, these are one of the things that are off limits. You cannot have.
I got 1 million hoodies in my house. 1 million.
The Tech Fleece do not belong to you.
This ain't yours.
And I got about 6 of these.
Yeah.
I got about 6 of these in the crib.
There was a point where I didn't see you in anything but Tech Fleece. Like every tour stop,
it's either red, it was black, it was blue, it was maroon, it was navy green.
You look like a drug dealer Power Ranger.
Shut up.
Like, it's selling time. Every single color the Tech Fleece pops out.
My Nike Tech Fleece suit collection is like, we always make this joke, but it's like my Infinity Stone collection. Listen, I have the Earth, the sun, I have it all,
Captain
bro.
Planet. Like, I'm telling you, you were a drug dealer Power Ranger for several years. I know.
But you got to think about, like, I was on stage and I was running around. Like, these were the only things that made me feel comfortable and make me feel like a bad bitch.
Yes.
Like a Nike Tech Fleece suit makes me feel like a bad bitch. I'm
like,
sorry.
No, these are mad tight. These are snug, but you see the definition in these legs.
I'm sorry, bro. Like,
you see these calf meats.
And this is the one. This is the suit that always gets the reaction for some reason. A lot of women say, "You look so good in red. You look so good in red." So when you send me that text, I'm like, "Oh, I know exactly."
It's a striking color.
I know exactly what I'm wearing.
Not a lot of people can pull off red.
No. I think I look good in red.
I'm rocking.
Is that the mauve, right?
Mauve.
Yeah, that looks good. It's just a little too tight, but it looks good.
I like tight.
No, I know. Okay,
you know
pause.
It is what it is.
It's fine. Pause.
Listen, there's nothing. Listen.
Okay.
You have to have a certain level of comfort to rock sweats these tight.
Okay, let's move on. It's a nice episode we're going right now.
Listen, my balls might be sticking out.
Stop
a little bit. And you know
said
what?
Let's move on.
You got to be comfortable with it. You're
a very comfortable
man.
Black man.
Listen,
that makes me uncomfortable though.
It's all good. My balls are kind of
that makes me uncomfortable.
It's all right. Listen, okay, man, we got a lot to talk about. Holy shit! Do we?
Captain of the ship, where you want to lead it, bro?
Do we just start from the story of the week? Game 7.
Okay, yeah, we can go there.
The LA Clippers. My goodness.
24.
Okay. Shout out to the Denver Nuggets. Let's get that out the way.
Shout out to Jamal Murray and the whole crew. They did
Jamal Murray, bad boy.
Well, he did 47?
40.
Had 40
last night. Nikola Jokic, triple-double. I think like 22 rebounds, 11 assists, I think. If I'm not mistaken, 13 assists. Bad boy. And for a team that we didn't really, people weren't really sold on, especially in the beginning of the bubble. A lot of players.
What seed were they again?
They were the 3rd seed. But the thing is, like, Murray didn't get to the bubble on time. Gary Harris didn't get to the bubble on time. Injured. He was coming back from an injury. Like, Bol was playing a lot. It was just like, okay, we'll see if, like, they're a fun young team. Right. They got some young pieces.
Right.
Michael Porter Jr. is going to be a player. Murray's a good scorer. Jokic, I don't know if he's going to be good enough to hang, for a deep playoff series. But, in a couple of years, they'll figure it out. Ooh. Life comes at you fast, doesn't it?
So, Kaz, you're always the great stat guy, the great analyst. I think you could do well on First Take.
Right. Thank you. Appreciate
all those shows. You have the knowledge. Me over here.
Yes.
I like to provide the colorful aspect of it.
Give us some color.
So
it's a color.
My first point
We're colorful guys today.
First point I can add to is
look like some old Skittles.
Shut the fuck up. You're 2 for 2 with your jokes today. I will give you that. You were 2 for 2 with your jokes today. Okay, good one.
I'm in a good mood.
Okay, I see. I love it.
Feel good.
So between Kawhi and between Paul George, 24 points.
24 points.
In a Game 7.
Game 7. Oh, for everything.
24 points in a Game 7. Paul George is shooting off the corner of the backboard in the fourth quarter. And then Lou Will doesn't show up.
Montrezl Harrell doesn't show up.
Pat Beverly doesn't, or does what he does.
He does
so
what
that
he does.
I guess he's just playing regular.
Yeah.
And it's, I guess.
Fool y'all. He's just running around doing nothing.
Yes.
As the great Russell Westbrook
That's what I'm about to say. Russell said that.
Yeah.
So it begs the question, are they the franchise that we thought or bigged them up to be? Because Max on First Take was saying that, every pundit in the sports arena was saying that the Clippers were the team to beat. Kawhi was the best guard or the best player in the West or in the overall. Paul George was supposed to show up and be this, immaculate addition to the Clippers. What did last night show us about this
They're a team full of frauds. They're a team full of fucking frauds.
Wow.
They are a team full of frauds.
Right.
And I can't believe I didn't see it so clearly until these last couple of games. They are a team full of frauds.
And nobody, I really feel like nobody stood up to the claim of the Clippers will either buckle or they don't have the experience or whatever the case is. But everybody was on that bandwagon that the Clippers they got it. They got the Lakers got to worry about them.
You know what we did with the Clippers? And I'm old enough to remember this. We did with the Clippers what we always used to do with the Utah Jazz growing up.
Oh, right? That's a good comparison.
We saw all the players. We saw them run through the regular season. We seen them with the MVP, all-star point guard, like
Hornacek, Russell, Stockton, Olsen,
all this stuff.
Malone. Yeah.
We put them on a pedestal that they weren't necessarily ready for. And I think we even did it in the worst way with the Clippers because now, I mean, at least with the Jazz, like, you could at least have the excuse like, well, they were due because they've been together for so long. Best duo in the league. Like, unstoppable pick and roll. Like, they got to get one. Right? But with the Clippers, we put them on a pedestal because they are literally the product of everything that has happened with like sports talk shows and debate shows and all that type of shit. We think people win the NBA championship in the summertime during free agency. We think if we don't, because once here's how the vicious cycle goes. Okay, free agency begins. Right before it, the Clippers are a plucky, nice team. They take a full strength Golden State Warriors to 7 games to 6 games last year. It took the full strength Golden State Warriors with healthy KD, healthy Steph, all those guys. And this is just when the best player on their team was like a toss up between like Lou Williams and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? And Danilo Gallinari, right? You think the Clippers like, wow, they got some young talent, you know what I mean? They got some
They're missing that piece. All they need is
all
a
this
piece.
Type of stuff. Like, man, if they could take this team, the Warriors that we, you know what I mean?
Unstoppable, unbeatable.
You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, if they get one more piece, they're going to do really good. If they get 2 pieces, watch out, right? And a small part of me blames Kevin Durant too, but I'll get to that in a little bit. So when it comes to that, they lose. Free agency begins. Oh, shit. Kawhi Leonard, who just won Finals MVP, who's also a fraud, but we'll get to that later. He's not a fraud.
No. Continue your point.
Says, you know what? I'm not staying in Toronto. I'm the Finals MVP. I'm the best player on this team. I'm clearly the reason why we won. This city who has never won a championship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the new best player in the world. I'm gonna build my legacy over the LA Clippers, and I need me a road dog to roam.
Need me a solid piece like a Michael to a Scotty.
I need my Scotty. So I'm like, all right, let me call Jimmy Butler. Kawhi Leonard's like, Jimmy, going to LA, man. I know you're a free agent. You trying to roll? You coming? You gonna roll with this? Like, he was like, nah, man.
I'm good.
Going to South Beach. But good luck. All right.
Whole lot.
Then he goes, all right, I'm gonna call KD. Yo, KD. Heard you thinking about New York. How about you say fuck all that? Let's go to LA. You know what I mean? KD's like,
BK till I die.
Just tore my Achilles. Don't really have a leg to stand on right now.
Don't have a leg to stand on.
So I'm gonna go to Brooklyn like
you want to roll tonight.
Kyrie, planned on, but
good luck.
Good luck with that. Then he's like, all right, fuck. I ain't got no real free agents left that I really could be a number 2. Who the fuck can I call?
Let me call Playoff P.
Playoff P.
I'm not leaning in on that because I'm just not leaning in on that one. But go ahead.
Why wouldn't I call Playoff P? He's Playoff P. He kills it in the playoffs.
He's so dope,
man. Playoff P. Listen.
Come over.
I know you just signed this deal with Oklahoma City, right? I know you just signed this deal with Oklahoma City. But fuck all that. We know you want to come to LA. And I know you said no to the Lakers twice, but that's not going to bite you in the butt. Let's
get this thing together.
Let's figure out a way to get to the Clippers. You got leverage. Fucking make it happen.
Right.
Fucking make it happen. Calls up Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer, you got me. I'm going to the Clippers. But I ain't coming along.
I got a buddy with me.
Find a way to get me Paul George. Or else I ain't coming. You Steve Ballmer. You're a fucking billionaire owner. I need shit for you to spend some money.
About $10 for him.
Nothing. I was like, fuck. I need to. The only way I'm gonna make money in this town is if I make the Clippers LA's team.
The attraction of the city.
The Lakers, the shadow of the Lakers casts an immeasurable shadow in Los Angeles. There's no way I'm going to take this team from them unless I make this trade.
We are going to be the Showtime of this city.
So fuck it.
Let's build it. Let's build it.
Take Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Take Danilo Gallinari. Take 1 million draft picks for the next 7 years.
But give me Paul George.
Because we're going to win now. Because we got the finals MVP and playoff P.
And like the best defense in the league.
Best defense in the league.
Best defense in the league.
Best defense in the league. 6th man of the year. Runner up to 6th man of the year. Fucking.
And that was their biggest. That was their biggest point. That was their biggest selling point.
Deep.
Defense.
Their bench and their defense. And you got scorers. And you got the 2 best two-way players, 2-way wing players in the league. What could possibly go wrong? So of course everybody's going to look at that roster and be like, oh my God. Oh my God.
They're unbeatable.
Oh my God.
How do you beat them?
This was supposed to be LeBron's year.
And you got the Avengers against these guys?
LeBron was clearly trying to get Kawhi over there.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron was recruiting everybody to get over there. They wanted the big 3.
Yeah, right before he signed.
So I was like, fuck. This is supposed to be LeBron's year, but goddamn, I think LeBron might have got. Maybe this is what takes him out. Maybe this is
He got bamboozled.
Maybe.
That's what they thought.
Maybe Kawhi has outsmarted the greatest living athlete and businessman in the NBA.
You think he's going to outsmart Chris Paul in clutch sports?
So he was like, Rich Paul.
Rich Paul. I can't say Chris Paul.
It's all, yeah,
Rich Paul.
It's all good. It's all good.
You know I'm not the sports guy.
It's all good. It's all good. That's why we love you.
All right.
So he's like, fuck it. So then everybody else on TV was like, fuck it. Clippers are the better team. Look at their depth. Look at the roster.
Right.
Playoff P.
Right.
Why?
Right.
Deep.
Right.
They got this.
Right.
I've said this before.
Say it again.
I've said this again. You can't cheat the basketball gods. You cannot. I said this several weeks ago when Dame Lillard hopped in Playoff P's Instagram comments and said, "Stop running from the grind. You niggas is chumps." I don't know if he said niggas.
You say you boys is chumps.
Oh.
You say you boys.
I added it for emphasis. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you.
You told me about the cursing.
I did.
And it worked right there, though.
This is true. Emphasis. You can't cheat the basketball gods, Lo.
You can't cheat the grind.
So I'm sitting here. We're all watching the playoffs unfold. And granted, maybe it's a little different if it's a Staples Center. Maybe it's a little different if there wasn't a pandemic.
Home court's a very, very big advantage. But
Yes.
that's not going to be an excuse. But
Yes.
continue on.
But maybe there's some difference here. But maybe there isn't. Maybe, just maybe, there's some leadership issues. Maybe not saying they're not good leaders. Maybe those specific leaders.
Where does that start, though?
Maybe those specific leaders.
Okay. Hold on.
This.
All right. So who are we speaking on specific? Hold on. Who are we speaking on specifically? Are we talking about Paul? Are we talking about Kawhi? Are we talking about Doc?
All of them.
Ooh.
All of them. I'll run down the list why they're a team full of frauds, okay? Let's talk about it.
Talk to him.
Kawhi Leonard.
Fraud.
Let's start from the top. Fraud. I'll start from the top. Kawhi Leonard. We hear you. Finals MVP, San Antonio Spurs. Understood that. Remember what happened their first championship?
What happened?
Miami Heat. Ray Allen, tip out Ray Allen for three. It's good. Bang, bang, bang. You know why there's even a three to make at that game? Goddamn Spurs up 3-2.
They missed a free throw.
3 points. The champagne is on the court.
They were up by 5 with 16 seconds left.
The bubbles are percolating.
Watch out for the big
Who's
girls.
on the line with less than 10 seconds to put the game on ice at the free throw line? Nobody talks about this. Who's the person that walked up in there and choked at the free throw line and gave them even an inch of life to win?
Was that Mr.
Kawhi
Leonard? Okay. That's one case.
It's one case. I'll give you that. Young, it happens. Who could have thought Ray Allen would have been right there, open, hit a three? Who would have? Who would have?
The basketball guys were lined up for Ray Allen that night.
Who would have fucking thought?
Gotcha.
But
go to the next case.
Let's fast forward to next year. San Antonio Spurs back here again. These motherfuckers got lucky. The Heat ain't beating us again, and they didn't. The Spurs played beautiful basketball. I remember watching that series like it was yesterday. They washed the Miami Heat. Wade wasn't the player he was anymore. I think he started going on the decline.
Yeah.
Chris Bosh was hurt. Bron did his damnedest. I think it was Bron and like Mario Chalmers, like just doing
did their damnedest to keep their head
doing
above
the best
water.
they could, but we all knew it was not happening.
Right.
The Spurs were like a well-oiled machine. The Finals MVP Kawhi Leonard took over. Right? That's what we're all taught. We're all taught that Kawhi Leonard, the Finals MVP, took over. Do you know what Kawhi Leonard's numbers?
But wasn't he like the third best or like the second best on that team?
You know what Kawhi Leonard's numbers were when he was Finals MVP?
Speak him out.
I'm pretty sure Jake's going to pull him out, but I think I remember it off the top of my head. He averaged 14 points, 7 rebounds, handful of assists. But like we've come to learn, if you're in the finals with LeBron James, the only way you will win Finals MVP over him is if you slow him down.
Okay.
The only other people who have won Finals MVPs in series with LeBron James is Andre Iguodala and Kawhi Leonard. Not because they had great numbers, but because they slowed down LeBron
James.
Even though LeBron probably averaged like 30-something that series.
Yeah,
Freak of
like
fucking
28.
nature.
28?
I think more actually, but Kawhi averaged 17.8 and
17.8 in that finals?
yeah, but he had a couple like 1 or 2 big games.
Yeah, 1 or 2 big games that earned it for him. But he also had a couple other games where he was just like,
you shit the bed.
Not shit the bed, but he was just like,
He's non-existent.
You're just a guy in the court, right?
He's a Pat Beverly.
So now, Finals MVP, Kawhi Leonard, Spurs, Doesn't want to be in the Spurs no more, man. I don't know what the hell happened. I don't think we'll ever know what happened in San Antonio. But Kawhi Leonard is like, yo, I'm out. Send him to Toronto. And this is where the legend of Kawhi gets started. Goes to Toronto. Raptors, always a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Always run into LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals and always get ran through. And they're like, currently constructed, this is not going to work. So DeMar DeRozan, meet San Antonio, Kawhi Leonard, welcome to Toronto.
Yeah.
Right? We were all thought that, man, these Toronto Raptors are just, man, these plucky little Canadians. I mean, they're
plucky
fun.
Little Canadian.
They're fun. I mean, Kyle Lowry,
These
you're
annoying
great.
little fuckers.
You're good. You know, we like Kyle and his little engine that could, and we like Fred VanVleet, the story, Wichita State Shockers. I mean, they're the ultimate underdog, you know? Pascal Siakam, we don't know who that is. OG Anunoby, we don't know who that is. But Kawhi Leonard's here now. Mm-hmm. Kawhi Leonard balled out. Can't not say he did. But let's look at who he balled out against. All right.
Oh, don't negate the fact that he's an extremely great competitor.
Extremely great competitor. He did what he had to do.
Let's not diminish.
He did what he had to do against an undermanned Golden State Warriors team with a hurt Kevin Durant, a hurt Klay Thompson, a banged up Draymond Green, and Stephen Curry getting hell from Fred VanVleet, who we have turned, or we come to learn in the coming years, is actually pretty fucking good.
I'm just saying.
Who's actually pretty fucking good. He's not just some mid-major guy who's like, oh man.
Let's not strip away the stripes of Kawhi.
I'm not stripping away his stripes. He did what he had to do. He balled out. He did what he had to do. But let's not pretend that the story would be the same if Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant
that you're correct.
weren't healthy.
That you're correct.
And it doesn't matter because to us, we live in rings culture. And it doesn't matter what the hell you have, what the hell you do. If you got a ring,
you got a ring.
You got a ring.
That's it.
And that is it. We don't look at what happened. It don't matter. We don't even remember. This shit was last year.
We don't care who you were
against. We don't give a fuck.
We don't care where you were. We don't care the climate. You got a ring. You got a ring.
Out of sight, out of mind.
That's
the
it.
Warriors weren't even here all season.
And that's it.
So all we heard all year was
Kawhi
Jordan.
Right.
Kawhi is this. Kawhi is that. And for a lot of times, he looked the part.
Max Kellerman said Kawhi was better than Kobe at one point.
What?
No, I did say that. He did say that. I was watching, first take clips. Over the weeks, over the last couple of days, I've been watching it, and he said Max.
Shout out Max Kellerman.
Wait, over the last couple of weeks?
It was like, yes, it was.
When
they were selling Kawhi about how great of a player he was and how dominant he was. They had mentioned that at one point Kawhi was better than Kobe. And if I'm wrong, y'all can fact check me. But if y'all can go on Twitter, y'all can go on ESPN. Max Kellerman said these words. And even me not being the biggest basketball fan or analyst or whatever, I'm like, that's a little much. That's a little much. If you say LeBron, maybe.
You could have said
say Kevin, cool.
Well, I said Kawhi could have had a trajectory where he might have
he might have been.
Yeah, but no way.
But what he's doing now, really? Where are the facts to back that up?
We've set him up for this. We set him up for this massive, colossal fail. And that's exactly what it is.
Fuck all the bullshit, bro. Let's just get to the meat of it. These niggas shit the bed. Paul George was supposed to be playoff P. He turned into pandemic P.
Who the fuck called him playoff P?
Himself.
That's my point.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas, let's call a spade a spade. Fuck all the analytical talk right now. And, he did this. And he was like, nigga, fuck that. You didn't show up in game 7. It was against the Nuggets. The fucking spread was easy for y'all. And y'all fucked up.
Yeah.
Y'all, you just didn't show up. Between the two of y'all, it was 24 points between playoff and the claw.
But here's the thing. I almost feel bad.
No, I don't feel bad for him.
I feel bad for playoff P now.
Why?
Because at this point, it's like, Kawhi at least has accolades. Kawhi at least has been there. So at the end of the day, if LeBron blows it, if the Bulls blew it, if any of these great teams,
you lost.
If KD or if the Warriors blow it, Steph Curry gets the blame. If the Cavs blow it, LeBron got the blame. The Lakers blew it, Kobe got the blame. I'm not putting the blame on Paul George.
I'm putting the blame on
Paul George ain't the man.
I'm putting the blame I'm putting the blame on both of them. I'm putting the blame on both of them. Jamal Murray scored 40 fucking points in a game 7 when you had to show up. You had to stake your claim.
Is there anybody?
I am that nigga now.
Is there anybody who has done more for themselves in their cachet in the past 30 days? Yeah, wow. And Jamal Murray?
Like, bro, like what are we talking about here?
And it's still kind of like under the like we spent damn near 30 minutes talking about how much the Clippers is fucking up.
No, you spent 30 minutes talking about this shit. I'm listening to this shit like I'm watching fucking ESPN. I'm like, nigga, get to the fucking point.
Listen,
these
points
niggas
were
suck.
The points were made.
They don't suck. They don't suck. They stunk it up.
My thing is this.
They stunk it up, Cass.
The reason why this is such a colossal failure for the Clippers is not just because they lost this year.
Okay.
It's because they mortgaged their future fucking damn near guaranteeing they're getting a chip in the next 3 years. If you don't get it, if you trade away 5-7 first round picks, your stud rookie that you just drafted and gave to Oklahoma City, you're pretty good scoring Danilo Gallinari, and you don't win a chip in 3 years, it's a fucking failure.
Bro, and I don't want to hear this, pandemic bubble excuse.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear none of this shit because we seen Lou Williams on those interviews last night. I didn't see my son for 68 days, but you got a fucking wing named after you at Magic City.
Hey.
No. To be
fair,
we're not doing that.
Those wings were named after him before the pandemic.
Okay, my fault.
Those wings were his.
My fault. But don't pull a pity party about like, yo, that fucks with my mental and the pandemic and this, that, and the third. Bro, you went off site and had some fun. You wasn't worried about getting past the Nuggets or getting to the Lakers or getting to the finals. Now, all of a sudden, your off-site activities have something to do with you advancing to the East or to the Western Conference Finals. Bro, quit the excuses.
Yeah. There was a lot of
There was a lot of yeah
buts from everybody except like
quit that shit, bro.
Guys, my man
fucked up.
Pandemic P, they would call him Way Off P, which is hilarious, by the way. Way Off P was
he about
saying,
to be layoff P, but keep going. I'm sorry, but no, go ahead, keep going, Cass.
He said something on the lines of like, even though all things considered, it wasn't a championship or bust season. I'm like, you traded 5 first rounders to get you out of Oklahoma City. You just signed. We remember you signing the max deal in Oklahoma City. Like, yo, unfinished business, chilling with the cows at a Nas concert with Russell Westbrook in Oklahoma City. A year and a half later, you gone. Dame Lillard was telling you earlier this postseason, like, yo, stop running from the grind. And boy, did he have some fun at his expense yesterday.
Oh, that nigga was on them socials.
Did he? And
what he said, he was like, yo, Pat Beverly, I ain't booked my travel arrangements for Cancun. You want to pull up? That is the ultimate troll. I love it. Dame Lillard, I love it, baby.
Listen, the words that were taught to me when I was very young was keep your words short and sweet because you never know when you might have to eat them. And when Dame Lillard missed those 2 free throws in a game that meant nothing in the grand scheme of things.
They took it too far.
In a game that meant nothing. We seen Pat Bev doing the obnoxious nigga laugh. Which always prompts
a killer.
I know you ain't talking.
I know. It's the same thing on Twitter.
Yes.
This you?
Oh, this you?
This you?
But we do it in a positive way. Yeah. We don't do that. We brought the words back.
But Pat Beverly, is this you?
Yes.
This you?
My God. And he was at him too.
Bro,
CJ McCollum.
Yo, Dame and CJ were on it.
All
I love it.
night.
I love it.
And you know what?
They deserved it.
It was deserved.
They asked for it.
They asked for it.
Yo, bro, if you ask for something, there's nothing you can do.
If you get on Instagram saying we sending you home this year, you know what I mean? Or you going home this year, and you right next to them with no chip. When I sent you home in previous years, like I personally sent you home.
Every time I watch the NFL playoffs and my Giants lose, whoever eliminated my Giants, come sit next to me.
Right next to this couch.
Come this room on this couch.
Pull up.
That's all Dame and CJ were doing last night. Pat, PG, Kawhi, come sit next to us. We got reservations at Cancun. Yep. We going to Tulum.
Yep.
We out. Sit your ass right here. We about to watch the Lakers and the Nuggets because yo dumbasses, and neither could us, could finish the job. So that's it.
It becomes a little bit more difficult for the Clippers too, because it's like Montrezl Harrell got to get paid. Marcus Morris got to get paid. Lou Williams is getting older. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George could opt out after next season. Not a lot of people are talking about that. Shit goes south next year. And if you're Kawhi Leonard, you're not just sitting there looking like you went exactly as far as the team you just left. And if you were on that team who just took the guys who are favored in the Eastern Conference Finals 7, you don't think you would have made a difference?
You might have made it a little bit further than what you are right now.
Would have beat who they beat? You could have beat Boston.
Yeah.
You could have slowed down Jason Tatum, who's on Mars right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have slowed him down.
That block though last night. That block though was crazy. That block was dramatic.
Oh my,
that was a great block. Ooh. That's gonna be a good series. All of it, yo. To round up this nigga been singing all episode.
I block you without him.
Yo, to round it up, yo, show out.
Best block I've seen since Braun.
To round it up, yo, show out or shut the fuck up.
Show out or shut the fuck up.
That's it.
Listen, I don't mind you talking shit.
No, yeah, of course. No, I'm not saying.
Listen, I don't come from the school of sportsmanship. Talk shit, but back it up.
Get your shit.
If you don't back it up, accept
the consequences and accept the humor.
Woo, boy.
That's it. But
there's nothing better than NBA Twitter. Shout out my man TJ, who big fan of the show, big follower and supporter of the show. TJ from Twitter Sports. Who had the tweets of the night.
What was it? Tell me.
I might butcher this, but TJ, let's hear it goes. He says, I'm going to push back my barber appointment tomorrow. I don't trust any Clippers right now. TJ! I would have dropped the mic. I would have dropped the mic if I didn't pay for this.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
TJ, you had the tweet of the night, boy.
And you know how much we trust our barbers as black men.
Yes.
You know how much
trust no Clippers right now. I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel bad for them because
they make millions. They have had great careers. It comes with the territory. You lose, you get trolled. You win, you get.
And you'll be all right. They'll be all right. They'll be back next year, but it ain't gonna be.
But nigga,
this was the year to do it.
You gonna get these jokes tonight, baby.
This was the year to do it.
You gonna get these jokes tonight.
This was the year to do it because, I mean, gosh, we're all thinking the Lakers are the odds-on favorite now, right?
Now they are, yeah.
They'll be there. The Blazers, they got Melo for a full year. They got Nurkic back. Like they didn't look like an 8th seed team. They'll be there.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma City Thunder, they were ahead of schedule in development. They'll be there. You know who else is gonna be there? Golden State Warriors. They will be back.
It's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell to pay when them boys get healthy and we get a full season, whether it's in a bubble or not. It's going to be hell to play.
As much as I'm enjoying the bubble and the postseason and the games this year, I surely miss Stephen Curry and the Golden State
from 65.
Disrespecting the fuck out of the people in the league.
You know how many clips I've watched of Stephen Curry just like this past like couple months, just watching him just belittle.
The king of the fuck you 3. Like, oh, you down 6, you down 9 now.
Right.
Like just one step past half court. Like, yep. We're on a 12-0 run now. Oh, it's a 15-0 run. It's a 20 run. It's a 30-0 run now.
And doing that stiff ass like Harlem shake that he does that Aisha Curry taught him. Watching that is joy. I love watching that. Love watching him pull up from 35 and then turn around before the basket goes in. I've missed that.
I love it. They're gonna be back, and the West is gonna be tougher next year. Yeah. And hey, surprise, surprise, if the Lakers win next year, going to be a lot easier convincing free agents, hey, you don't want to go to the Clippers. You see what they made of.
Yo, come over here. Come to Showtime.
When you win, you attract free agents. People come for cheap. And I'm going to tell you this. If I'm the Lakers, I really want to do it to them. I'll throw Marcus Morris the bag. Like, yo, your brother's already here. Y'all lost. We probably going to be the champ, so we went further than y'all.
Let's make this a family affair.
Let's make it a family affair. Come to the Lake Show.
Shout out to Mary J. Blige.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the Lakers are gonna get better.
Bro, if the Lakers win, the world's gonna be sick.
Oh boy.
Oh, the world.
No.
No, some of them will.
I think it's the opposite.
No, if the Lakers win, the world's going to be sick.
I think this year is the first time the Los Angeles Lakers are like the sympathetic favorite among NBA fans.
I don't see it.
That aren't Celtics or Heat fans.
I don't see it.
Why not?
I think a lot of people think they're going to win. A lot of people think they're going to, escape out the West and take over whoever, like whether it's Miami or Boston. But if they lose, that maybe not the Lakers, that cloud is going to hit LeBron way worse than it ever has.
I don't think it is though.
Yeah. I think
so.
I
don't think it is. I feel
you don't
like
think so?
Obviously, I think they're the favorite against Denver.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
And I think they get a tougher series. I think the two. Man, I don't want to keep disrespecting the Nuggets because they keep telling.
But they weren't supposed to make it. So
exactly.
It's not a disrespect. It's just like, it's a shock. That's
but
all.
if I'm ranking the last 4 teams, left in the bubble, I'm not sure I'm putting the Celtics or the Heat above Denver. You know what I mean? Like, right. I think Denver might be the least best team left. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a shot at them. I mean, Murray's a baller.
I mean, it's facts. I mean, stats and facts. That's what it is.
But the Celtics are deep and they play tough, and Jason Tatum's a hooper. The Heat are on a ride right now, and they got chemistry out the ass, and like they just play well together. They're just a well-oiled fucking machine.
I think the comparison with the Heat is how we were talking about the Blazers going into the playoffs.
Right.
How the Blazers were just like on a fucking run, and we were like, "Yo, the Blazers might go to second and third." So we were like, "Oh, this is scary."
Yeah,
Melo was playing great. Lillard was just 40 plus games, 3 nights in a row. Mm-hmm. So we're just looking like this is not going to end well, for who they match up with. And then, they ran out of gas. Yeah. So,
but Miami Heat, they got Jimmy Buckets.
Yeah.
They got Goran Dragic. They got Tyler Hero, who I love. Duncan Robinson. You know who else they got? Bam
Nice seeing y'all this evening.
I'm gonna
let Cass take over for the rest of the night. It's been well. Nah, but the bubble has produced some entertaining games. Some great
Did I
content.
take the energy out of you? Did I do it?
You do. Yes. Let me just be honest. Yes. When you start singing in that tight Movado, whatever that shit is.
Mauve.
Yes, you take the energy out of me. Because your voice is so loud and it stretches. Yes. Shut up.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you.
Okay, buddy. All right, never mind. Go continue.
No, I'm just saying, like, I walked right into it. And I always walk right into his jokes, bro. Like, that's what you get, dick. I always walk right into his jokes thinking like, oh, he's going to stop. And then it's another shit.
My bad.
I mean, I've made my point. So now we can go, because I'm definitely not falling into the trap again.
All
so.
Right. Nah, but I think I'm really excited for these conference finals.
Yeah,
I think
it's gonna be good.
The Nuggets are exciting. They're playing with house money. I feel like all the pressure's on the Lakers to.
They don't think they're playing with house money.
Well, I mean, obviously they shouldn't think they're playing with house money, but they're playing so loose and so just like Jokic throwing fucking over the head behind the back passes up 20.
I mean, like you said, the confidence and the ride that they're on is it's almost like a home court advantage mentally for them.
Yeah.
So they're just thinking like, all right. And even in the post game interview, Jamal was like, "Yo, they got to worry about us. Like, we're not worried about them. They got to worry about us." And then listen, when you're coming off of Game 7, your adrenaline and your mental push is just through the roof. So I like to see where they match up mentally with the Lakers.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a hell of a series. I like people talking about, well, gosh, they got to guard Jamal Murray. Like, the Lakers did a pretty good job with Dame Lillard. They did a pretty good job with James Harden. I think they'll do what they got to do against Jamal Murray.
Out of those three, I think Jamal might be the lightest of light.
He might be currently playing the best, but
That's the lightest of their competition for the last 3 rounds.
I mean, let's think about it. Like they caught red hot Dame Lillard. They caught Lillard when he was.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
And cooled him off. Granted, he did get hurt, but they cooled him off.
Yeah.
James Harden, same thing. He was red hot, like playing defense, like doing everything, and cooled him off completely. So and Jamal Murray didn't have a bunch of killer games against the Clippers. Like he had that 40-point game, but he had a couple games where he was just all right.
Against the Jazz, though.
The
first series against the Jazz.
That first series of the Jazz.
It doesn't, and also this doesn't negate his talent or his ability to make killer plays or have killer games. But
no, of course not.
Lakers they're rested and they're resting. So when they line up and when they get right, Lakers are.
They got playoff Rondo too. They got somebody that they can stick at Jamal Murray.
It's a force to be reckoned with.
4 days to watch the games.
You study that opponent.
Listen, I put it like this, man. I put it like this. You can get it the way. I'm not just like how I'm not betting against the Denver Nuggets to not show up. We've been doing this with LeBron for the past 9 years. He's going to the finals. There is no more. You could set your watch to it. It's like the sun coming up and down. He's getting to the finals every year, except last year when he was hurt. Since 2010, I think.
Yep.
LeBron
is going to the finals.
LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals is like me when I see 63-degree weather. I'm wearing the Nike Tech fleece suit. Like I'm going to the closet and I'm wearing the suit.
Yes.
LeBron is going to the finals.
Yes.
No disrespect to the Nuggets or any other team that he's facing.
Nuggets had a hell of a run, and
he's going to get there.
They got an incredible future ahead of them.
He's going to get there.
Murray, Jokic, MPJ, Bol. They got
Gary Harris.
Gary Harris. Will Barton. Like I think Will Barton's hurt. Like they got a deep, very good, very young team that is going to scare a lot of people for the next couple of years. But LeBron is going to the finals.
It's just scary how this man is 17 years deep with a 5-year in body and a 30-year in mentality and IQ. Like you combine those forces and he's just running around like it's nothing. Like that you can't. That's scary to exist in the same area.
That kind of turns me back to the Clippers being a bunch of frauds.
Ooh, shit. Okay. Wasn't trying to go there, but
it is. I mean, think about it. Like you can
wasn't trying to do that, but all right.
You can have the similar stats. You can have the accolades. You can have the numbers. You can even have a season where you win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain people that just ain't built like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything we know about Braun and a team that he's leading, he will drag Matthew Dellavedova with him
to the finals.
To the finals to get wins.
Yeah.
You have to beat him down kicking and screaming. The one time we thought LeBron didn't show up was the first year in Miami. Where it was like, that was literally the first time we're like, damn, what the fuck was that? But every time he's lost.
And he even said that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
He even said that.
That was the
he
one finals that he probably didn't do his best.
Yeah.
But it's one thing to lose. You can't lose like that.
Yeah, like it's one thing to lose, but it's another thing to underperform when you lose.
Bruh.
Yeah.
That famous game that we don't even remember anymore because all we remember is J.R. Smith getting a rebound and LeBron going like this.
Yeah.
You remember LeBron's numbers that game? 51 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. Would have been he went into Golden State. Full strength Warriors squad. KD, Steph Curry, Clay, full strength. Gave these motherfuckers the business. And a mind melt from...
Which you can't blame. It's just like in those kind of moments, you just like, bro, it happens.
George Hill make the free throw.
And George Hill makes a free throw.
Can't blame JR.
That's what I'm saying. Some people ain't built like that. If they gonna lose, it ain't gonna be because of me. If you built like that. If we gonna lose, it ain't gonna be because of me. The Clippers lost because of Kawhi and PG.
24 points.
period.
Combined.
All-time greatest choke job I've ever seen from any team ever. And I'm a Knicks fan. I've seen some choke jobs. I've seen some quality. Oh, shit. With the pressure too high. I've seen it. That was, without a doubt, that was kind of a pause. That was the one.
And I wasn't. I was going to let him do it himself. Pause.
Somebody's going to gift me going like
I mean, but you know, like sports are sports, man. These things aren't predictable. You know, certain players show up, certain players don't. Certain circumstances make you show up. Certain circumstances make you run from the occasion. And it just so happens last night that
stop running from the grind.
Paul George, what did Dame say?
Stop running
from the grind. Y'all boys is chumps, saying that tweet is now living on for life.
My goodness.
So, you know, it is what it is, bro.
Look at the ring.
It is what it is. That was a good segment.
That was a good segment. That was a very good segment. It felt good.
Yo, first take.
Felt good.
You know what I mean?
They gave us a lot of ammo.
Yo, y'all niggas.
Thank you, Clippers.
This nigga right
Thank
here.
you for,
this is my guy.
I'm building my own stuff.
I love it. Listen, yeah, it's ownership over here.
Yes, sir.
It's ownership over here. You see what we doing, bro? All right.
Jake, what we got, bro?
I mean, we didn't really go into the Boston game. We had a listener question that wanted to.
Oh, we got a listener question.
He was a comment. He wanted you guys to talk specifically about the Celtics. I want to give.
Fuck you want us to talk about? Jason Tatum's very good.
He
got blocked, and that was it.
Relias actually predicted that the Clippers were going to lose on our old comments.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, goddamn, I should give him a snack.
But he just wanted to
send him a bottle or some shit.
Like they always talk about the other team. What do you see for the Celtics in the next series? This was before Game 1.
In the next few years?
No, this series.
Oh, this series.
Like, do you think they can come back Game 1?
I like Jason Tatum a lot. A lot. I think that boy is
the killer. We can.
He's my favorite player in the East. I know Giannis is the MVP and the best player in the East.
Sure wasn't playing like that, but keep going.
But Jason Tatum, if somebody comes up to me and is like he's the best player in the East, I'm not gonna argue with him because he's that good to me. Just offensively, he just he looks like a Kobe seed. Like just moves. Fucking just
like I'm not gonna literally sit here and disagree like that. That's literally
like he's a you know what I mean, he's a Kobe disciple and he plays like him. He just happens to play for the Celtics, so it's not as easily recognizable because it's such a jarring. We think of the Celtics as like this fucking institution of basketball wizardry with like team and defense and
coaching,
and all that other stuff, but
fandom and all this.
A dude like Jason Tatum would be the shit on any team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he's special.
The Sixers traded Markelle Fultz and another first-round pick.
Damn, you see, here's my thing, right? Let's talk about that.
You made a good prediction about that trade about the Sixers. What was that? What was that team? Rockets. That's what it was.
Oh, Ben Simmons to Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
A lot of people told me I was crazy because I forgot to mention the fact that Russell Westbrook and Joel Embiid hate each other. Well, who gives a fuck at this point? Like,
Kobe and Shaq hated each other, but look what they did.
Exactly. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need some friction.
Joel Embiid, we actually have a relevant story there.
I remember you were talking about that.
Left off the All NBA team, Joel Embiid.
But because of if he made it, the money.
Yeah, he would have been eligible for Supermax if he made any of the 3 teams.
Oh, tinfoil hat time. Is it tinfoil hat time, Eddin?
Conspiracy?
Is it tinfoil hat time?
I think it is.
I think it's tinfoil hat time.
Let's go conspiracy. There it is.
All right. I think Joel Embiid phoned it in. Maybe. I don't know if he phoned it in. But I think the Philadelphia 76ers put him in a position to where he couldn't perform like an all-NBA player. They got rid of Jimmy Butler. They're like, we don't need you, Jimmy Butler.
So it's a money play?
Yeah. What Supermax deal? The Supermax deal is the worst deal in sports.
Yeah.
It's the worst deal in sports.
That's fucked up.
Outside of Dame Lillard and Steph Curry, what Supermax deals have worked? What?
I mean,
John Wall?
It's not proven that Dame Lillard's Supermax has worked.
And we haven't even proved that that's worked either. You know what I mean? Like Steph Curry.
I thought you meant for the athlete.
Maybe. I mean, for the athlete.
Yeah.
Give me the money, obviously.
Yes.
I'm saying it's not. I'm pretty sure Embiid wanted that Supermax deal. I'm not saying he didn't want it. I'm saying for the Sixers' sake.
Oh, you think they pulled him back intentionally so that like his?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, was it a money play?
No, that's real.
I think they put him in a no-win situation to where
couldn't perform.
He couldn't be an All-NBA.
Well, if you just hold him out every 3 games,
I think that's you're holding him out of games.
That's fucked up.
You know what I mean? You get rid of Jimmy Butler, who was clearly your closer last year, and now we're seeing what he's doing with Miami Heat. You pay Tobias Harris, who nice player, very good, helps any team he's on, but
pretty good.
I don't know.
He's a good piece.
Right, he's a very good piece. Very good piece. Ben Simmons, you don't even know what you have with him, really. Like he's an excellent player, but you don't know if you want to be a point guard or a power forward anymore,
right?
Just because he can't shoot. So you think, oh, maybe we put him in power forward, and he just becomes like a really good like Lamar Odom type.
It's all hindsight. Like the Sixers were hyped.
Well, no, this is the tinfoil.
Absolutely. So this is why it's a tinfoil hat.
Tinfoil segment.
We think in hindsight when you got a tinfoil hat on, they think of all the situation. That's how conspiracies work, Jake. You think they don't know, but they know that you know, so they act like they don't know until they think that you know.
I like reviewing. I like listening to these segments because then it's like I can really go back and then like look at the pundits to see like, are they thinking like you,
they watch,
or are they not to say like they're taking your thoughts or whatever.
They take,
but I'm just listening. I'm like, are they?
They take and they watch.
Does this sound familiar? Yep. Or even on Twitter, I'm like, did I hear that?
Oh, what's happened?
Because we've had a lot of comments and sections on this show where we've said certain things, even not just in sports, but just music. We'd be like, oh, even with the OnlyFans thing, when you talk about Cardi B.
Yep.
I'm like, are they really listening?
Yep.
You know,
you'd be surprised.
So that's why I'm like, okay, like that's why I'm kind of quiet during this sports segment because, you know, one, I'm not that as knowledgeable as he is, but I like to hear where his mind tunnels down to because like he's usually
let me take off the tinfoil hat.
85 to 75%. He's pretty right.
I'm pretty on
point with those points.
I'll take off my tinfoil hat then. Maybe Philadelphia did want him to play well, but I can understand why they wouldn't because the Sixers haven't really won shit yet. You know what I mean? And I don't even know if they're really sure if Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are the players you want to build around, and you might need to be forced to pick one over the other.
That's been like conversation past 3 years.
Yeah. And that's why they've been fiending to get Ben Simmons to shoot. What
did Jimmy tweet about Embiid? Or not about Jimmy, sorry, vice versa.
Embiid tweeted about, he said if only.
Yeah.
Said something like if only ... as Jimmy Butler was like killing.
Someone in game 1.
Yeah,
like 40 in
killing. God, who did they play that last round? Bucks. I was just killing the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's who knows, man. Philly's got a lot of things.
I like what you did there. Philly's got a lot of things to answer.
I get it.
Shout the AI.
AI.
Okay. Hey, stop with that. Just stop with that.
We got some music shit. What's up? What we got? What we got, Jake?
I don't. You know, me and Jake were talking about this earlier.
Not a ton of depth to the story, but do you guys have any speculation on why Yachty got blocked by Nicki Minaj?
Lil Yachty?
I think that was old.
Yeah, it was old, but he didn't.
Lil Yachty got blocked by Nicki
Minaj. It's not really like a story, but
he tweeted. I mean, I got blocked by Nicki. Nicki don't like. Nicki don't fuck with me.
Is she the most famous person you've been blocked by?
Yeah, yes. Who's the most famous?
Nicki Minaj is the most famous person I've been blocked by, and it's funny because she used to record her the Pink whatever show she had
Pink
at Apple
Radio.
Yes, she had.
What's it called?
Pink
Print Radio.
Well, yeah, whatever print radio she had at Apple
Friday
Music. That's what it was. I think
that what it's called?
I really don't care. She, we had shows up. She had shows up there in the New York studios, and there would be days that I would be recording, and then like miraculously, like I would be like,
so you
taking off the schedule. I've never seen her like actually. I've never ever seen her up at the studio. But it would always be
cool. You know the story about that. I feel like I told you this.
About me?
About us. Nicki doesn't fuck with any of us.
With Karen.
Yes.
Yes, I know that. I was in that. Right, yeah. We had a group text about that.
Doesn't like us at all.
NDA.
But
no, every time I was on a schedule to work.
Well, doesn't like y'all. I mean.
Well, yeah, Nikki don't like me. Like, let me make it very clear. Nikki don't like me. It'd be very coincidental that I would always get taken off the schedule, or always something like funny would happen the day that she was recording and I was supposed to be there. And I've never, ever, ever, ever been in the studio the same time she would record. And I just always would find that funny. But I've always had a heavy opinion about Nikki, not because I don't fuck with her, but because I think, she's one of the girls that are at the top of the game. But she's got a lot of chinks in her armor. Just like how I always come at Drake and say my things about Drake. He has a lot of chinks in his armor. But it was just always funny.
It is funny.
Every time Nikki was recording at Apple Music Studios, I would be on the schedule, and then the night before,
low-key on the schedule.
The night before, I would be taken off, and I never understood why until
make sure you keep this nigga.
Bro, until one day I went on her Twitter account, and boom, I was blocked. And I'm
was the most famous person I'm blocked by. What's the dude? From The Hangover, Asian dude.
Really? He blocked you?
He blocked you?
Yes.
Oh, Ken Jeong, right?
Ken Jeong.
What did you say about him?
Ken Jeong blocked me.
What did you say?
Sure it wasn't because
I feel like I said something about his commercial where
he blocked you because of a commercial?
Well,
I'm almost positive.
How petty is that?
I think he was like a DJ or something in a commercial. Or something like that. And I said something along the lines of like, yo, if I ever have to go to a party where Ken Jeong is DJ, like shoot me in the face. Something really rude.
Some off the cuff. Something off the cuff for no reason.
Shout out to Fox. Shout out Chris Fox, Fox Files. Because I was like, nigga, Han, what's his name from The Hangover?
King Jong or whatever.
What's his name from The Hangover?
I don't remember his actual name.
Anyway.
The character name.
Yeah, his character name is what I'm saying. I was like, such and such blocked me from The Hangover? What the fuck did I say to him? And I tweeted it. I'm like, yo, well, how did Ken Jeong block me? Fox finds a tweet and something I said.
Mr. Chow.
Mr. Chow,
like,
Chow.
I'm like, fucking Chow blocked me, bro. The fuck did I do to Chow?
Bro.
Love his movies. Love his shows.
All right, so if we're
Can't even watch The Masked Singer no more.
If we're talking about social media interactions with celebrities like in a negative way, I have to go to this story about George Clooney.
Oh. Legendary.
Wait,
episode.
Jake, hold on. Pour me up real quick.
Yeah, please. Let's talk about this one. Only you.
So, if y'all ever see me just post this random George Clooney screenshot of him on Jimmy Kimmel, mean tweets.
I'm going to tee you up. This is a clip.
The mean tweets, right? So when, celebrities, artists, musicians, such and such athletes, they go on Jimmy Kimmel and they read tweets about themselves that are like really mean, negative, whatever the case is. So I'm watching, I think it's the Oscars. This is like 10 years ago.
Yes.
I'm in the crib, I'm drinking wine, and someone makes a joke about George Clooney in the crowd. Or like the host makes a joke about George Clooney and he's in the crowd. They pan to him and he's just sitting there with this stale face. So my drunk ass tweets, George Clooney, your haircut sucks. I'm on you all night, fuck boy. What possessed me to call George Clooney a fuck boy?
Why would you call the most handsome man in the history
I have no idea. I was drinking Pinot Grigio on my brown leather couch in Kendall Park, New Jersey.
But his delivery was
the delivery was.
You watch his delivery and he's like, that's an Emmy winning
delivery. Please. After this episode, please go on YouTube.
Oh no, Eddin, we're gonna
just shove it in there.
Slice this in right here,
And it's on the mean tweets, and he reads the comment and looks at the camera like,
on your ass all day, fuck
boy. And I'm like, why am I calling this Oscar nominated or Academy Award nominated artist or actor a fuck boy?
Do you want to talk to George Clooney? I mean, I'm sure if we try hard enough, this could reach
George. I just want to put my glass of cognac down.
Yeah.
Really address you to the world that 10 years ago I was a very different young African American living in this country.
Yes.
And
this is true. Yes.
I really didn't grasp the fact that viral was a thing.
Right.
I didn't understand social media. I didn't understand how
it was still the wild West.
It was a wild West. I didn't understand how much my voice would project.
Yes.
After I tweeted what I tweeted. So I really want to say to you, man to man, face to face, in front of the world, you still are a fuckboy for not laughing at that joke. And I don't take it back. Say less.
Oh, you need therapy.
I definitely do.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clooney.
It's a joke. Come on, Clooney. Come on, man.
He's fine.
Let me be in Ocean's 14.
He's probably digging himself out of his pool of bitches. Like,
what's this?
He's still talking shit.
Nigga. It was all. I mean, bro, it was just all fun and games.
Yo, I guarantee it would be just your luck that Clooney was like, yo, this motherfucker's still talking.
He's still going?
Pull up.
Yo, what if George Clooney walked into the Lions Den? Like, what if he actually walked into the Lions Den? And then walked in and said, fuck boy, huh?
Say, you're on my ass, huh, fuck boy? Well, I'm right here.
Listen, man, we got a platform. Come pull up, George.
Come pull up, George.
Come pull up, man.
Come kick it with us, man.
Give you a new haircut because that shit still sucks.
Relax.
It's your fault, man. You brought me on this platform. Like, this is a little your fault. Every time I get on here and I say some crazy shit, don't look at me like I'm dumb. Like, this is your fault, brother. Are we?
I know we made a promise not to talk about Kanye, but should we keep that promise or should we?
Jake had a very, very promising proposition. Jake said that the situations that are going on right now with Kanye are, they're talkable. They're things that we can have a rhetoric around. He said maybe we should wait until something major happens and then circle back.
We're pretty sure that's gonna happen. I think he got kicked off of Twitter today.
Suspended.
Well,
he got suspended.
My point was that, like, if we're not going to talk about him when he's doing bad, like when he's doing this negative stuff and he kind of does some positive stuff, then like giving him the attention either way isn't.
It's honestly, I could and I could and I can't.
Something redeeming that's worth bringing him back, where it's like, oh, he did this. Maybe. Yeah. I'm hoping.
I can and I can't. It's on you.
I mean, if you want to talk about it,
I can and I can't.
Like,
it's not going to kill.
Who's not in the know? Kanye went on surprise, another Twitter rant.
Mm-hmm.
To make an extremely long story short, talking about trying to free artists and rappers, his fellow stars, from slave deals from record labels.
Mm-hmm.
All well and good.
Very. That's what I do agree with.
All well and good.
I agree with his message.
I'm not going to shit on that man.
Not at all.
Or anything, but one thing that did pique my interest was Hit Boy. Hit Boy,
very surprising.
A post,
very surprising,
and said something that I had known for a while, but I didn't think he would actually like talk about it ever.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much saying like, even though like he came out and said, yo, even though I don't mess with you professionally or personally, because you shut me out of good music
because of
doing music with Beyonce or something like that, I still agree with what you're going through because I'm in a similar situation. Kanye like completely buried the lead on that one. He's like, yeah, I'm right, yeah. We're just like,
that's not what
I'm like.
You missed it.
Okay, understood, but like,
you missed it.
Y'all was the last time. Be honest, last time I was bumping Kanye at any parties or clubs, Hit Boy was on the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Hit Boy was around. I'm talking about Click, Mercy, fucking I Wish
Niggas in Paris.
Niggas in Paris. Yeah. Like Hit Boy gave
Kanye a nice little win streak
and good music and as a collective, so much sauce that they needed. And honestly, it was probably as a collective their last really strong run as a collective.
I don't want to spend too much time on this, and I don't want this conversation to overlook what we've been talking about the whole episode and how much fun we've been having. But at the same time, it's like, I understand Kanye's plight about the masters, and I understand the contracts, and I do appreciate Kanye for actually opening his soul and being vulnerable about the deals that he's been in. So I can appreciate that. This is like the first time I've.
That's real shit.
That's real shit. It's the first time I've appreciated Kanye in the last 3 years. Whatever.
How many artists can buy their masters though? Like out of the ones like.
But there are a series of artists that do have their masters that are in a lower position than Kanye. In addition, Kanye also has a label called Good Music, which is partially owned by Universal. I think is in another Cobra Clutch with another label, but I don't want to say it. But whatever the case is, I would like to see or know or understand, as much as vulnerable he is about his contracts, what do your contracts look like for the artists that you've signed?
All right. And that's the one thing.
Do they own their masters? Does Tiana own her masters? Does 2 Chainz own his masters? Does Sci-Hi own his masters? Does Big Sean own his masters? If we're going to have a conversation about masters and owning these things, let's not be a hypocrite when these labels have you in a Cobra Clutch. Who do you have in a Cobra Clutch? And if I'm wrong in this, in this observation, I'm gladly to be fact checked.
Yeah.
But let's not wear the cape and be the villain. Or I'm sorry, let's not be the villain and not say, well, I got this person signed to this, I got that person signed to that, and I got this person signed to that. What do your contracts look like for other artists that are signed to your label? And I really, really appreciate Kanye for trying to stick his neck out and try to be the bigger man and try to be the savior for alternating how the business is done in this music industry, because obviously it's moved in a different way where we can't own our shit and they give us certain, money and whatever the case is. Everything he was talking about today.
There's one thing that bothers me with him though, and when he comes to this, because a lot of times he disguises freedom as, all right, I got to get free first. Like a lot of his shit seems very self-serving.
It is.
You know what I mean? And that's why it's hard to trust. That's why it's hard to trust, because it's like, it's all, at the end of the day, it's really always about you.
Him. It's always about him.
And granted, anybody who I've ever met around Kanye, a high majority of them, says, all he wants to do is help people. He's a little nuts, but when you break it down, all he wants to do is help people.
And I love that. I appreciate that.
It's a little hard to trust because sometimes it just seems like he's in it for himself.
Like you can't start the brigade off with, I'm the most famous person in the world. It's like, bro, we get
I mean, I see what he meant by saying.
No, I get that, but like to your point, it's like, this is not necessarily just about you. There are so many different artists in this game that are Cobra clutching these contracts who people don't read and who people don't understand, and they may need a check and they just may need an advance, or they may need a deal. I get it, I understand that, but it's just like, bro, you're a self-proclaimed billionaire. You're a multi-platinum selling artist. It's like, all right, yeah, I understand you want to get out of your 10 contracts with Universal, but it's just like, are you speaking up for Big Sean? Or what does Push's contract look like? Or what does Sci-Hi or 2 Chainz or whomever is under Good Music, what do their contracts look like?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, like you said, a lot of these labels are owned by, one of the big 5, like the Universals, the Warners, and all this type of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think Kanye has that much power. I think the one thing that makes me nervous about him getting his own, kind of being self-serving here is that I'm hoping, now this is just my hope, once he owns his masters and he's free from all his own contracts, whatever, he do the same for others. He do the same for the artists that he's under. And maybe he can't do that because he's locked in with the Sony.
I will say this, and we'll kill it here. I do appreciate the disruption.
Yes.
I do appreciate the conversation. I do appreciate him navigating the narrative in a direction where more Black artists can understand what their contracts look like, where their contracts are going, and what they're worth.
Right.
I can understand all of those bullet points. How he's going about it is where I think a lot of people, including myself, disagree with. But your method to your madness is your own path. I can't tell you how to get there.
Honestly, like the industry is weird, yo.
It is, of course.
Like the industry is weird. Like I seen him peeing on a Grammy. And
I'm gonna leave that alone, but
which was gross. But it's like I also saw a clip like with like Chameleonaire that went viral recently when he was just like, like whose idea was it that like this trophy meant everything to an artist? Like he got one. Like he got one for Riding Dirty and like he made it and he made so much money. And then he was just like sitting here looking, I was like, it's just a piece of metal. Like how did this piece of metal decided on by a group of people make an entire industry? Like it does make you think. It does make you wonder. And I don't want to harp on it too much longer either.
No,
I feel like we've talked a lot, and my tech fleece feels very nice and cozy, and like to go lay in it.
You lay in that?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen you go to bed, pause, in like some like full grown, like no, like I mean, like I sleep in the next room over, and I've seen you. I've seen this nigga go to bed fully dressed. I'm like, bro, you're not hot.
Well, I'm passed out. Like,
he be passed out.
Yeah, I'll go in my outside.
No, but yeah, that's as much, and that's we'll leave it there, and we'll clip it at that. But
Jake, do we got quick hits?
Yeah, we'll clip it at that.
We went through some of them. Football wouldn't be a quick hitter out, but I guess we could ask Kaz.
Fuck the Giants, but go ahead.
Hear that? Fuck the Jets. Let's go.
Who do you think has a better season, Tom Brady in the Bucks Tom Brady in the Bucks or Cam in the Pats?
Killer Cam.
Cam in the Pats.
Killer Cam. I think obviously the Bill Belichick Patriots are going to be just fine. Tom Brady. Granted, the Saints are no chumps. They should feel no. It's
slight.
It's not a slight to lose against New Orleans Saints. They've always been a very good team. They're going to continue to be a very good team, and you got to see those guys in their division one more time this season. Nothing wrong with losing to those guys, but
Cam gonna fuck that. He gonna fuck AFC. Oh, I can't wait.
It's so weird rooting for
it's weird. It's really weird to watch it.
It's weird, but like I feel like the Patriots, not only with Bill Belichick, but Josh McDaniels, who coached Tim Tebow and has always wanted to have a running quarterback that was talented, that could throw in some wrinkles of offense or whatever. So like. I think the Patriots will have a good season. I think they might have a better season than the Bucks, but again, it's still early. I'm not going to just be like
preseason, Tom Brady.
Yeah, there's no preseason. It's a new team. Like as much as I love me some good old Tom Brady slander, I'm going to be honest, and
we was in the crib giving Jazz hell.
Oh yeah.
We was in the crib giving Jazz hell.
1,000%. But I'm gonna bet on him figuring it out before old age kicks in. I think old age it's got to kick in eventually.
I think when they get their first win, or if they go on that first streak, I think Brady, that winning mentality is gonna kick in.
I think he's like age 38 Brady right now.
He'll be fine. I mean, obviously this is jokes, but like I think Brady's gonna be fine.
I think he'll be fine too. I think he'll be fine too. But I have more faith in Cam and Bill Belichick.
Okay, another comparison: Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson matchup this
Clearly,
weekend.
Lamar Jackson.
In 5 years, no. In 5 years, who do you think has more success?
Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
I like Deshaun Watson a lot, but Bill O'Brien kind of fucked him. Trading away DeAndre Hopkins, trying to implement this running offense. Like he has no weapons.
Yeah,
like he's doing all that he can, and he's not that big of a dude to take all those hits as well. Meanwhile, Lamar Jackson is surrounded by weapons. You know what I'm saying? So he has a very good defense. Is getting more accurate with the ball, and already has an MVP under his belt. He's only 22. He's younger than like all of last year's rookie quarterbacks. He's younger than almost all of them. You know what I mean? Like he is going to be very, 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 very.
Speaking of last year's rookie quarterback, shout out to my guy Danny Dimes. He did your job against the Steelers. You don't have an offensive line. Your wide receiver threat package is not clearly all the way there, but you did your job. You had a good game. Like let's not
look very Eli-ish.
Okay,
you had an Eli-ish turnover.
And how the Jets look?
Nobody's even talking about that.
No, I'm just asking you a question. No, you're my best friend.
I mean, I don't even know why you would.
I noticed. No, you know what? I noticed you said something on my birthday post a couple weeks ago when you threw that surprise party for me. You said, "I don't know if you're my best friend." Kaz, you are my best friend.
Oh,
like
nice.
don't ever publicly challenge me on that. You are my best friend.
I mean, I said that.
No.
I said that in a sense because
you're my best friend.
You're my best friend too.
Okay,
buddy.
just like come on, man. Don't ever doubt me on that.
I appreciate that, buddy.
Jets still suck, but okay.
All right,
we good?
That was a sweet way to end the show. We good with quick hits. Everybody, make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/Kazim. Thank you for all of the new subscribers that came through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming you're fans of the Joe Budden podcast, so welcome. Appreciate you. Hope you stick around for a while. For first-time subscribers and listeners, hope we've hooked you. We'll have usually guests stop in and kick it as well. But if YouTube's not your thing, podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, wherever you get your podcast, type in Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey. Subscribe, leave a comment, rate 5 stars, do everything you can. We're giving you all of this great content for free 99. Free 99, but not for long.
And before I, end off my signature closing, I just want to say, man, brother, I've seen how hard you've been working on this new series with DJ Khaled.
Yes.
First one on Amazon Music. Bro, you have done so much work for the past couple of weeks, actually months. And I've been actually physically just watching you on Zoom calls and script writing and just like phone calls, even here, bro. So you've been supportive with my Apple Music show.
Oh, yeah.
I got to make sure that you receive the same love, if not more. So please check out that show, Apple Music.
The first one.
Amazon Music.
Yes.
DJ Khaled, the first one. Kazim is a very big part of that. Shout out to, Lenny S.
Shout out Lenny S, the god.
But, man, you came to fuck it up in 2020. You're doing just that. So
appreciate
very,
that,
very
brother.
proud
Thank
of you, my
you,
nigga. Very proud of you.
And make sure to listen to Apple Music Hip Hop R&B Throwback.
Apple Music hits Hip Hop R&B Throwback, but it's about him.
We got some good shows.
We doing something, and we got this right here.
We got this here.
Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey, and
yes,
I always tell you,
hey.
Go ahead.
Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, leave a comment, 5-star rating, all that stuff. Please make sure you do that. It's extremely important to the growth of this podcast. We cracked top 15, I think, this week, which is the highest we've ever done. I want to get to number 1.
Yes.
I want to make this the number 1 music podcast on Apple and Spotify. That is my goal.
Yeah.
I want to be the number 1. I don't care.
Spotify might have a shot.
Listen, shoot for the moon.
I seen that article. All right,
maybe. Shoot for the moon, aim for the stars, man. But thank you so much for checking out Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey. Shout out to Whistle Sports. You can check us out on Snapchat as well.
Yeah.
The Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey Snapchat show, which is there every Tuesday morning on Snapchat. Just go to your Snapchat, type in Say Less with Kaz and Lowkey, subscribe, check us out. You catch like the best of the episodes and make sure you subscribe as well. So like I say each and every week, right here and there, stay free, stay safe, and always say less.
And wear your fucking mask.